Hi guys, today it's Tuesday, April 17th, and we are back from visiting family for a couple of days, and we are back working in the van. And today we're doing two main things. We will be working on the ceiling, we will be installing two parts of it, and we will also insert the LED lights. And aside from that, Jordi will be working on the wardrobe that's going to be next to the bed. And so yeah, that's the two main things that we're working on today, and it's very exciting because the ceiling, inserting the ceiling will really change the look of the van, and yeah, I'm excited to see how that turns out. And I will also be working on some of the insulation for the rest of the ceiling above me here, because that hasn't been done yet due to the installation of a fan and an air gap and stuff like that. But as soon as I have done installation for this part here, then we can install the third part of the ceiling that we have already painted, and then the last part will be painted eventually, and then the ceiling is done. Yesterday, after we arrived home, Jordi did some calculating, and we finally ordered all of the material for the bed frame, and we did decide to go with aluminum scaffolding tubes, and we will take you along on building that because we haven't seen it before, and I think it's going to look amazing, but it will also be very sturdy. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. I think the delivery should be here in about 2 days, so then we can start building that over the weekend or something. So yeah, you'll see that soon as well. As you just saw, we installed part of the ceiling. It took, I think, 1.5 hours or something, and it turned out amazing, I think, for us. I mean, we are not skilled in building anything, so for it to turn out like this, I'm super chuffed with it. So part of the ceiling is done, as I just said. The front of the van hasn't been done yet, so here there's still just a clear metal roof, but the rest is finished, so we need some finishing touches here on the edges, but other than that, it's done. We also installed 4 LEDs, and we will have 2 more above the kitchen here, and these cables for the LEDs connect here in the corner. We should have thought about that beforehand, because we didn't really have room to push these cables through, but we managed to squish them there in the corner. But yeah, and we also had to remove like a tiny layer of cork above the LEDs, because it just wasn't deep enough for these 2 lights, but the ones in the back it was. Yeah, it just goes to show how curvy a van is. Everything is different, not everything works. Most things don't work, but yeah, I think it turned out amazing, and it's somehow just turned into a completely different look, not seeing that insulation anymore. So yeah, we will finish these corners off with just a simple wooden corner profile. You can just glue that to there, and that will remove those gaps, and it will yeah, it will look much better. And this side will have a wardrobe, so we will finish off that corner once the wardrobe is in place. And Jordi has been working on this wardrobe and thinking about a frame for the entire afternoon. And it hasn't been easy. Everything in this van, and in every van, a Sprinter, any van, everything is curvy. And since we have a massive water tank, we have a wheelbase that will carry the batteries, we have a toilet here, we have to take into account every single millimeter really counts. But he did decide some things that will look amazing. So yeah, we'll see. He measured a couple of pieces that we will of wood that we will have cut tomorrow. Our friend is kindly lending us her car again, so we will use that, take some wood over to the store again, have them cut some stuff, and then we can start building the wardrobe and see where we go from there. Like, we have a small part done now, but like in our heads. But yeah. So the frame for the bed, all the material, we ordered that yesterday, so I hope it might arrive tomorrow, because we already have a confirmation that everything has been processed. So that means that we could start building the bed tomorrow, depending on what time it arrives. Otherwise we will do that on Thursday. But so far it's looking good, and I think we'll get so much done this week, just not so much today, but it's alright. We have the ceiling in, we have thought about the wardrobe, so that's great. So this black thing here is a vent, so we can basically use this thing to open and close, and it's completely watertight as well, so we can open and close it when it's raining, and that will allow for proper airflow with the fan running. So we thought we'd keep it because it was in here already, and the ceiling, we just made a square gap in it, and we'll finish that off with 4 pieces in the same color as that wall there, so it will have a nice splash of color. I mean, this already pops out anyway, so why not make it fun and pretty with an ugly thing in the middle. So yeah, this is just gonna stay here. It's quite a good air vent, so that we're happy with that. And yeah, but that means that the ceiling will be done in 2 days as well, and the one in the back, yeah, we just wait for the until we know what we're doing with the wood burner there, because we need a hole in the roof as well as in the new ceiling, so that will take a while, but for now most of the ceiling is done. We've also made a change in plan here in the kitchen. We wanted to have a sliding door that would go back and forth to reveal the water tank, so that we could slide the water tank there and take it out. But it's proven to be very difficult, because then this entire area on top of the water tank we won't be able to use, because it will not be possible to create a solid structure for another cabinet here, because if a door will slide there, we cannot support this part of the cabinet properly. So we decided to cut that door a bit short and to just have it here and open and close like that. It will mean that we have some what do you call those things? Okay, so English is not my native language, so that means that right now we will be having a door that just opens and closes like that. It will not turn out as neat as the other idea, but it's alright, and yeah, I think it's a bit easier to come up with, and it means that the aluminum strips that we had for the for the sliding mechanism that we would have at the top here and at the bottom there, they will be we will be able to get them back to the store, and yeah, it saves us €9, so that's alright. Another thing I quickly did was take one of those cork insulation plates that we have and stick them to the roof here, and I thought I'd show you how I keep that supported throughout the day so that it can adhere properly. It's the most simple thing. So we have one of these plates, a piece of underlayment or whatever wood you have laying around, and a wooden beam that is just a tad longer than the length from the floor to the cork plate, and then something soft for that to rest on. And I just added the adhesive to the cork, stuck the cork to the ceiling, added that piece of underlayment and just pulled the beam under, and that means that it's completely sturdy, but you can easily take it out by just tapping on the wood a couple of times, and then it will, well, you'll have to support the piece of wood here, but then the cork will stay and the rest will come down easily. So yeah, I didn't have much time to work on the van today, just writing and stuff, but the rest will also be done tomorrow, so that will be insulated, and I think tomorrow or the day after we can also insert that part of the ceiling as well. So Jordi is now just making dinner. We're having vegan lasagna, and we'll write about that today and upload it tomorrow, meaning that when you're watching this video we will have a recipe for this up on our blog, and we will link that below, so don't forget to read that if you like lasagna and you'd like to try out a vegan version. And we also used the Osmo oil today on the worktops in the kitchen, so I think we're going to do 3 coats on either side. Not sure if this will cover all of that, but yeah, the change in color is amazing. It looks so much better now with that oil on. Yeah, it looks great. And we also painted parts of the kitchen. These are just some finishing touches. These will surround that air gap that I just showed you in the van. These are just some finishing touches that I showed you a couple of days ago. And here we have a door and a side of the kitchen that will cover the fridge, and the other half will be shown at the side of the wood burner. So the other day we told you that we were thinking about the bed frame, and well, we finally worked it out. But this is the dog crate that will sit underneath our bed and under the sofa area. So it's quite tall. I don't know if you know these IKEA cabinets, but you can see that it is very tall. This is I think this is 80 centimeters, so that would be 2.5 foot tall, 1 meter long, which is 3.5 foot long. So it's a massive crate, but it looks amazing and it's very strong, so that's why we went for it. It will be fixed in the bed frame, so it can't move anywhere, and will be in the middle of the van. So yeah, that just creates a safe space for the dogs when we're driving, but it also creates their bed, so the door will be open throughout the day and night, so they can sleep in there if they want to. So they have a good spot in the van, out of the way, and they can go in there if they want to. So I forgot to end yesterday's video, but I thought I'd film something today and add it in. We didn't do much yesterday. We finished part of the ceiling and the LEDs, and we painted some stuff and oiled the countertops, but that was it. But stay tuned for tomorrow's video, because today we did a lot, and we built the bed frame. It looks amazing, so check out tomorrow's video once it's up, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.